Welcome to the Goddess Key Podcast, the show that brings you the keys to unlock your true divine essence with spiritual knowledge, tools, information for your enlightenment and transformation. And now with your host, Lasagna, the Goddess.
Peace and blessings, everyone. This is Lasagna with the Goddess Key. Thank you for joining me. First, I'd like to say thank you for those who have been listening to the podcast and giving support with your ongoing subscribing and listening. And I pray and hope that the words and information that I share will be a benefit for you in your spiritual and feminine growth. Okay, so I just wanted to give a quick update of what's been going on with me, because I know it's been a few weeks since I have recorded a podcast, and that is about 3 weeks ago. I was laid off from my job, and I knew this was coming. I was not the only one. There were two other co-workers that I have been working with for 5 years during the time that I was with this company. I know one of the gentlemen, he had been there for almost 20 years. And what happened was the company I worked for, we went through an acquisition. And of course, when you go through an acquisition, they don't need two departments or two groups of everything. So I guess once they got things streamlined and everything was converted over, the headcount was not needed. And in addition, I was working on some other projects that was taking up some of my time, but those are no longer on my to-do list. So I am back on the podcast. And I think that since at the current time I'm not working, I may switch this over to Friday and let this be Femininity Friday to mirror the Femininity Friday on my YouTube channel, because I had started doing that a few months ago. But you know, life is busy and sometimes it's very hard to stay consistent, but I know that I have to. So, but nevertheless, I am back, and so look for the show on Friday, no later than Saturday, but I will do my best to make sure that it is up on Friday. I probably will do it Friday mornings after my little one is on the school bus and all the noise is gone with the activities in the neighborhood. But with things being off my to-do list, and I had a little bit of downtime today, I was able to do a little bit of reading, of course, from the Queen Code, and do some meditations and get some rest. So, and what, you know, in my reading today, I came across a section in the book, and it was speaking on taking your power back from relationships that drain your life force. And I can attest to this, because just ending a relationship that wasn't the best, but I did learn so much within or from this relationship, because I believe that any and everyone that comes into your life, whether it's for a moment or for a long term, they are there to teach you and to help you grow here on this physical plane, for your soul to elevate and become enlightened. So when I read this, I clearly, started to reflect in my marriage that I had for 12 years, how I put my energy into the wrong places instead of myself, to have peace and have happiness with self. And I felt myself kind of doing that a little bit with this current or somewhat relationship that has just ended. And but when I said, okay, I'm not going to do this time, and I started to, shift back to doing the things that I had set up, my goals in business, and just trying to stay focused on doing the things that I needed to do to progress as far as myself spiritually and also my goals with my business. And then that's when a lot of problems became more heightened or more of a problem. Everything, the light shined very brightly on the little small things that you tend to overlook. And it hasn't been good since that point in period of time, and that's why it is no longer. But I wanted to touch on this is because a lot of times we are in relationships, not just intimate relationship or with your partner, but also with family and friends as well, that it drains our life force. It takes us off of what we are here to do. Sometimes relationships would be very beneficial for you to complete your purpose. But a lot of times we get blocked and stuck in relationships that no longer serves us. And we should look at every person, whether it's your child, your mother, your father, brother, sister, everyone that is within your circle, to see what am I supposed to learn from this person being in my life. Why are they showing up? Those are some of the things that we have to ask questions when a person enters into our life. And I must say, this past relationship, I have learned a great deal about myself and seeing people wearing a different set of glasses when you see so many different things from another, standing in someone else's shoes, so to speak, or you just seeing things like you just wasn't aware of. And I give you an example: insecurity. Sometimes we all have our insecurities, but to really see it in almost like in you're looking in a microscope, and you can like really see all of the cells and all of it moving around, where, if you was just looking at it in the petri dish, it means nothing. But when you put it under the microscope and you can really see everything, it brings a whole different level of awareness that you was not once privy to. So that's what, this has taught me and showed me, just so many different things. And it also has helped me to say, okay, let go of some of your insecurities, because it doesn't look nice. It doesn't look good, especially if you want to have a very loving and fulfilling relationship, the one that you desire. So we have to let go of some of those things or people that can block us from what we came here to do. So, because they will drain you, you will be running around in circles trying to fulfill or make them happy. And also, I just came to learn, I'm to the point now that I cannot fulfill someone's emotional needs. Those things they need to be able to fulfill for themselves. And it's almost like what Jada and Will Smith talked about, that you need to go out and make your own happiness and then come back and, you have two happy people that comes together. I don't need to make you happy, and you don't need to make me happy. I'm fulfilled on my own, and we can enjoy each other happiness because we're happy with ourselves. So, that was one of the main takeaways as it has ended, that I can really see where I'm just, trying to fulfill someone else's emotions is very draining of your life force, because no matter how much you try to pour into them, it's never going to be enough, because it's like they have a hole in the bucket. It's like you're putting all of your energy, all of your love and emotions into something that has a hole in it, because they haven't taken the time to heal themselves and to fix that hole and to fill themselves up. So when we're looking at relationships, we need to take a step back and see, how is this fulfilling me? Is it a benefit, or is it taking my life force? And if it's taking your life force, then it's something that you need to take back and find your peace and find your happiness. And that way you can bring all of the abundance and all of the love and attract all of the things that you desire within your heart. Okay? So that's it for this evening, Femininity Friday. And like I said, I will hopefully be back. I will be back next Friday for another Femininity Friday. Please like, share the podcast. You also can find me on Facebook and Instagram at The Goddess Key 333. Also, please check out my YouTube channel, which if you go to YouTube and type in The Goddess Key, I should come up. But I also will leave the information in the description for this week's show, so you can check out some of the videos that I will be doing. I will be tracking my progress of being an entrepreneur. Hopefully I won't have to return back to any more corporate America jobs, because this is like my fourth or fifth time going through being let go, because the company filed for bankruptcy, again, like the acquisition or just whatever the case may be. They just wanted to do something different within the department. So, I think it's time for me to just strike out and try to do it on my own. So please support the channel. Again, I'm on YouTube, The Goddess Key, Facebook and Instagram, The Goddess Key 333. If you'd like to purchase any products from my site, thegoddesskey.com, please do. And also, again, like, share, and subscribe to the show. All right? Until next time, peace and blessings.
Thank you for joining me on this week's Goddess Key podcast. Please make sure you visit my website, thegoddesskey.com, where you can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Spotify, and Speaker, so you'll never miss a show. And while you're at it, if you found value in the show, please head over and rate the show on iTunes or Spotify. Also share it via Facebook, Instagram, and all social media platforms for your family and friends. And join me next Saturday